Assalamu alaikum, Sister Adiba. Please hide my identity. I have a serious case and I need advice. If it's time for me to get married, but my family, my parents, they are not allowing me to settle down with the man I love. If it's time for me to settle down, but my parents are not allowing me to marry the girl that I love. Love is an important aspect of marriage. I seldom hear things like true love comes after marriage, which I do not dispute in any way. But however, I would love to make a little bit of analysis on the meaning of true love comes after marriage. When you're married to a person, you're going to go through test phase. What are these test phase? Number one, you would be open to the reality of your spouse. There are things you think you know about them that make you to fall in love with them until marriage proves otherwise for you. I'll give you a few examples. It depends on individual preference, but I'll give you a sample. Imagine marrying a cute, beautiful man who is well-to-do just because of whatsoever you fall in love with. And when you end up with this person in marriage, you discover that he snores. And he snores so bad that it causes you sleepless nights. And most of the time, you even have to go to another room in order for you to be able to catch a sleep. Imagine that you're so loving person, you end up in marriage with a person only to discover that they have bad eating habits, that when they eat, it will be as if they are competing with animals. Imagine you ending up with a person thinking that this is the perfect person for you, but they are good at using blunder words, which you never knew, but it occurred to you when you're in marriage. On and on and on. Imagine that the healthy person that you know, and you decide to get married to them because you think you're going to give birth to healthy babies just because your man or your woman is healthy, only for you to be in marriage, and since you got married to this person, it's been sickness upon sickness upon sickness. Imagine you getting married to a person because of their beauty and something happened in the house while you're married to the person and it led to them losing their beauty. Imagine you've been married to a person because of their wealth, and in the marriage God decided to test you through with poverty. These are the scenarios where true love is tested. A situation whereby all of this is happening in a marriage, and this was never part of what you foresee. You never expect this. You never imagined that you could find yourself in such a situation, and you choose to stick to this person because you love them. Because you have bonded with them over time in this marriage, and you love them beyond their flaws. You love them beyond their weaknesses. You love them beyond the principalities and powers that is against them. This is the true love that we're talking about, that is in marriage. True love is in marriage. It doesn't mean that when somebody tie the knot with you automatically, it makes you to love them. No, that's not the point. The ability for you to continue to stay with a person, irrespective of the person's weakness, irrespective of how the turn of event came to be not in your favor, that is the true love that we're talking about. The inability for you to stick to this person is not also a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you were never truly in love with the person. So that is what they are trying to say. In order for you to know if you love a person, it has to be in marriage. Because people can date for 20 years and they are both pretending with each other, and they'll be married for a year and they will file for divorce because the reality of marriage has hit upon them. Why am I bringing this up? Most parents use this as actually one of the factors to not allowing their sons or their daughters to marry the person they like. So they will tell their children, child is like, I love her, I love him. They'll be like, true love is in marriage. Don't worry, the person I'm connecting you to, you love him too. You grow to love her, you know, things like that. That's number one. A person will only have compassion towards the person they have a little bit of emotional attachment with before marriage. Emotional attachment is not physical attachment. It's not body attachment. It's not sex. Then number two, some of you parents will stop your children from getting married to the person they love, all in the name of what? Tribe, race. Whereas the Quran clearly states that we were created tribe by tribe, nations by nation, so that we could meet, marry ourselves, and procreate. You said you're a believing Muslim, you're a believer, and you are trying to alter God's ordainment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created a woman from the rib of a man, and there is a woman for every man and there is a man for every woman, though we are all not destined to be married. You understand? So what if the rib that was carved out of your son's wig is from Edo State and your son is an Igbo boy? What if the rib that your daughter was carved from is an Egyptian and your daughter is a Nigerian? We really have to look into this, because that is the reason why we have high rate of women who are cheating in marriage. They are not emotionally attached to the people they are married to. I had to bring this up because I've seen a lot of people in my DM. Was this club member that I met, and she was telling me what she's going through. This lady said that she's a virgin and she wants to settle down, like she's under pressure. I'm like, why would you be under pressure? You just round up your service. You should think about getting a skill or getting a job. She said the parents want her to settle down, and there's a brother who is in the picture, but they are rejecting him because he is not from the same tribe as herself, which is wrong. Why would you want to deprive your children of happiness? Every marriage has its challenges, but most of the marriage that survive challenge are those who kind of have compassion towards each other. And what breeds compassion is emotional attachment. When you love a person and the person loves you back, it creates kindness in the heart of you both. You kind of, it's not just about I love you too. It is about sacrifices. It is about you taking a bullet for this person. It is about you protecting this person like it is your life. That is because it's an emotional attachment. It is about you respecting this person because you feel that, oh, I need to respect this person because I care so much about this person. So imagine you forcing your child to be with a person they don't have any emotional attachment with. There is a man in Abuja who claimed he does not know his father. He is a product of forced marriage. The mother was forced to marry the father. And the father put in all effort to bond with the mother, but the mother never gave it a chance. She was in that marriage, she gave birth to all of her children, but she does not give a damn about that man. She had to do it in order to show respect to her parent. Later on, the children scattered. Later on, the man had to remarry. This time, he's now looking to settle down with somebody who actually cares for him. And he got married to another woman. This woman happened to be the kind of woman who have this polygamy energy to fight, to dominate, So when she came, she scattered the whole piece in the house. In fact, there was a little piece. She scattered everything. So the whole children had to go their separate ways to fend for themselves. Now they are all adults and they can't even locate their family house. This is the greatest challenge we're having in Africa, Nigeria at large. So people who even have emotional attachment before getting married, not all of them survives marriage. Imagine now ending up with a person who you do not have an atom of love for. And you should also understand that most of the men you gave your daughter to in the name of, I am doing it as sadaka, I'm giving her to you because whatever reason that makes you to give your daughter to a man who your daughter is not in love with. Most of them, they maltreat your daughters because you give this girl to them literally for free. They are supposed to be their cherished asset, but they will maltreat your daughter. Why? Because they got this girl on a platter of gold, so they don't have a value for her. They're supposed to have value for her, but they don't. Welcome to Nigeria. So this is what your daughters are going through in their various husbands. They'll be like, not so marriage, be they should stay there. Please, let's stop this. Parents, we can do better.